Hey there everyone, Happy New Year and what's up you guys, it's me your boy JD and welcome back to the channel. And for today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a performance review on these guys right here. This is the Peak Men's Retro Basketball Shoe. So alright, before we actually start on about the traction, I'd like to invite you guys to please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated with all the sneaker deals and budget models and the local sneakers that you guys might want to see being reviewed on. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. So anyways guys, so for the traction we actually want to do something very different. So I'll see you guys outside. I got it. So alright, so now that we're on the great outdoors, you guys can see I'm with my good friends Dre and Toby. So we're just gonna be doing a traction test so that you guys can see it firsthand. So for today, we are wearing the Peak Retros. So we are in the outdoor court. So basically, this is the place where we shoot around, and this is just right outside somewhere in our village. And it's a very, very dusty, cemented court. So if a traction of a shoe actually works here, it will perform really, really great. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be experimenting and we're gonna be playing. And we're gonna be shooting around so that you guys can see the traction pattern as well. So I'm wearing the Peak Retros. So as you guys can see, the traction is very, very great. For some reason, as you guys can see on the clip, the traction pattern is just a flat surface, pretty much like a retro shoe, like a 90s basketball shoe. And you have that weird holes over there, and you have all that weird 90s looking like traction pattern. Although there is herringbone somewhere around there, and it works perfectly fine here. And I do hope I can bring them out, I can test them out on a very nicer cemented court, or at the same time on a wooden court, or a very nice rubberized court somewhere out there. But in terms of performance, the traction pattern does work great. It does have that bite that you want to feel. I didn't feel any slipping. I didn't feel anything bad at all. It just performs exceedingly well, better than what you would expect from this price point. And I'll be leaving a link down in the description box if you guys are interested in copying a pair. So that pretty much takes care of it for the traction. I'll see you guys back in the studio. So alright, now that we're done talking about the traction, let's talk about the cushion setup or the midsole. And for the cushion setup on these guys right here, as you guys can see, it's molded into one. If you guys looked at it, the black portion, it's actually part of this certain white portion. It's just painted on, so the whole thing is right there. So if we're gonna be talking about how the shoe is constructed, as you guys can see here up front, this shell, it goes connected to right here into the outsole, and then everything else that you see, the black and the wavy white, all of those is just the cushion slash midsole setup. So what can I say about the midsole setup or the cushion setup? Actually, the cushion setup is very, very mushy. There's a lot of impact protection, as you guys can see on the clip. I'm very, very comfortable in doing my drives. The only thing that I didn't like about the cushion setup is, number one, it's not as responsive as you'd want it to be, although the impact protection is really there. So when you're about to go down from a rebound or from a layup, you will really feel protected, as if you were about to go down on pillows. That's how soft it is, that's how soft it was, and it's really great. And the thing that I liked about this was, upon my initial wear from my performance review, you guys can check it out up there, it didn't require that much break-in time. So right from the get-go, it is very, very plush. Now, does this thick cushion setup, does it take away court feel? Honestly, it does a little bit, but if the cushion setup offers me a lot of impact protection, I would be okay with sacrificing a little bit of court feel, because for me, cushion is very, very important because my knees aren't that good anymore. Yeah, I'm a 65-year-old man in a 25-plus-year-old man's body. That's why my knees are bad. Anyway, there's actually an insole here, guys. It's a foam insole, and it adds an additional cushion setup for the shoe. That's why it's very, very soft, very, very plush, and you guys can use it for your lifestyle sneakers as well. That's why that foam for the insole actually really feels great. Now, going to the uppers material. The uppers material is made out of 100% synthetic leather, except for the tongue. Here on the tongue portion, as you guys can see, there is a little bit of mesh cotton material, but on the top portion, right here, where the Peak logo is, it's back to being leather. Now, what can I say about the uppers material? It's actually one of my favorite and probably the best features on the shoe. Number one, the synthetic leather smells great. I've had the shoe for more than a month now and it still smells like good leather. Still smells like good leather. And then at the same time, if you guys look into the shoe, the materials are creasing, and that's one thing that I love. Again guys, if you're using leather shoes for basketball sneakers, it will crease, and the more creases it has, the better it is, because that means the shoe is molding to your foot very well. So everything else is just stitched on. It's leather on leather on leather. I love it. It's not that hot. It's breathable. It's amazing, and it feels light. So I really love the uppers material. So now that we're done talking about the materials, let's talk about the fit, support, and the lockdown. So for the fit, just go true to size. Peak does offer US sizing, but it is a Chinese brand, so most of the time you guys are gonna see this in the Euro sizing. So all you guys gotta do is convert your Euro sizing to the US sizing and you're good to go. This shoe is, for the fit, is very friendly in terms of wide footers. So if you're a wide footer, I just go true to size. If you're a mid-arch guy like me, go true to size. Even if you're a narrow footer, just go true to size, I swear. It will mold to your foot and conform to the shape of your foot very well. Next up is we have the support. So as you guys can see, it is a 90s looking basketball shoe. So you have the wide outrigger, you have the high cut right there, and the leather in itself is actually good support, and at the same time you got that internal heel counter. So your support system is all good. Although the only thing that this lacks is actually the heel padding, which is kind of very lackluster, but at the same time, you know, 90s shoes can't really do anything about it. 90s shoes really did lack a lot of the heel padding before. So yeah, now that we're done talking about the support, let's talk about the lockdown. So for the lockdown, all you guys gotta do is yank on the laces and you're good to go. It's very easy to get into the shoe because right after you untie these two, once you can yank them, you can yank the tongue open and you can slip in very easily. One thing I do like about this is that tongue is very supportive. You guys can actually see inside that there is a garter right there that's stitched in with the tongue. So the tongue is very supportive. It's very stretchable, as you guys can see right here. Like, see, it's very stretchy, so it's very easy to get into the shoe. So that pretty much takes care of it for your fit, support, and lockdown. So now let's go to your aesthetics about the shoe. Honestly, there's a triple black colorway of this, but black just really hit me different. It looks like a 90s basketball shoe. Toby actually mentioned, my good friend, he actually mentioned it does look like the Jordan 9/10 from afar. It does give off that vibe, and at the same time it does give me a vibe of the Adidas Pro Model 2G. So I really like it. But honestly speaking guys, with the way the shoe is actually set up, from the traction, cushion, upper material, and at the same time the fit, support, and the lockdown, I honestly think that this shoe was made for lifestyle over basketball sneakers. Although it is a retro basketball, retro sneakers as Peak says, but I do believe that I think this was constructed more for the lifestyle side of their company. Because if you guys look into their Lazada page, again guys, I'll be leaving a link down below for the Lazada link and the Shopee link if you guys are interested in copying a pair of this. They did release a series of retro sneakers, although they weren't really retro because they didn't have those models before, but the inspiration is very retro. So yeah, so that pretty much says it all. I think this one was supposed to be for more on the lifestyle side instead of the performance side of things, but it does perform really well. This is such a bang for your buck if you guys don't know. So anyways guys, that pretty much takes care of it for the performance review on the Peak basketball retro shoes, or as you guys can see here on the box, it actually says Peak basketball culture shoes. So that's the actual name of the sneaker. So yeah, so that pretty much takes care of it. If you guys like this video, so please do hit the subscribe button, share this to your friends, and then hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated with our weekly uploads or our steals and deals and all that.
So yeah, so don't forget to follow us on Instagram, don't forget to like us on Facebook, and follow us on Spotify. We do our weekly uploads talking about basketball, sneaker deals, sneaker talks basically on Spotify. So anyways guys, this was your boy JD, and I'll see you guys next week.